ntate Manoto wa nkutlwa a re batla gore le re bolela ka di-vision and mission batho ba rona ba je di-vision and mission ba batla go itse gore ga ba tswa mo ba tla ko Gauteng Enterprise Propeller ko ofising ya lona le ba fa ya madi cause ya rona ke go make sure gore re tsweletsa mebono ya ga ntate Premier Lesufi ya elevated priorities tsa rona tse re di bitsang TISH tse leng gore ke Township Informal Settlement and Hostels. So re batla go itse gore ana Gauteng Enterprise Propeller e tlo thusa yang gore e thuse ka dilo tse leng gore mo premier wa rona o bile ka tsone ka TISH but re na le TIDA e leng gore ke Township Economic Development Act e leng gore re phasisitse mo Gauteng re batla gore ntate Manoto a re bontshe gore Gauteng Enterprise Propeller e linka yang le TIDA on making sure gore the SMMEs tsa rona they are contributor towards growing the economy in our townships. Ha re fetsa mo ba gaetsho ntse le tsaya di notes re tlo kry presentation go tswa go ntate Baba Ganadiwe I hope ke go biditse sentle Baba o tlatla o e tlhalosang ya sapala Setswana brother mara ke tla fitla o ska wa yena o tswa go Gauteng Tourism Authority ke head ya rona ya marketing ntate Baba o tlo tla a le explainela gore ke eng tse ba di etsang as Gauteng Tourism Authority mona mo regioneng ya rona ya Sedibeng but particularly mona mo Sebokeng ke a itse gore go na le ba bang ba lona ba leng gore le etsa di-events a kere ba gaetsho so le batla go itse gore a le tla partnera yang le Gauteng Tourism Authority in making sure that you promote your events but you also assist this department led by Honorable MEC Motara in making sure that we grow the creative economy. So ke a itse gore ntate Baba o passionate about what he does o tlo lefa presentation e leng gore le yona ntate Baba a re batla go utlwa ka your vision and mission re batla go utlwa gore batho ba rona ba mo Sebokeng ba tla gona go partnera yang le lona to make sure gore di event tsa bone di atlega mara gape go na le program engwe ke a itse e dila ka di bed and breakfast a ke re ntate Baba e leng gore I know le created a new app e leng gore le encourage di business tsa rona tse leng gore di mo line ya di restaurant di B&B yalo a ke batla bua ka tsetsa ka tsa nnotagi because nna le ntate Lesufi ra tshwana ha e tla go nnotagi a ke batla bua ka tsone mare I know gore app eo ha o ka re fela o le mo Sebokeng o le mo Sedibeng o batla pleke ko leng gore o batla go ilo jive go teng e tla tlhagisa mo mara o tla lebelela ka yone app eo gore le bone di business tsa lona di appeara mo apping eo so ha re fetsa bagolo we are going to allow you to then engage the presentation and also engage the MEC because ha ke fetsa mo ke tlo hand over ko MEC a re fe opening remarks tsa gage a buele ka mesebetsi e leng gore Department of Economic Development ka kakaretso not only on these three agencies e busy ka tsone mo karolong ya rona ya Sedibeng so dipotso tsa lona di ska ba only restricted to the presentation le ka expanda ga le batla go itse gore Department of Economic Development ke eng se song gape se leng gore e ka se etsa mare ke a kopa tswetswe ba gaetso ke kopa go sena o tlo re botsang ka housing ra utlwana ke Sena tlo re botsang ka nna sala ke applyela ntlo ka 1994. Re tlo bua ka tsa monotho ka jeko. Re bua economy ba gaetso. A re re dilo tseo ga di important mo councilor ka itse teng amongst ourselves. Ha le batla go itsetse ka bo di waiting list bo matlo bo eng le bo eng. Nya re a kopa tswetswe. A re bone mo councilor wa rona o tla re thusa ka se le mo kgetile le morata ene ra itse gore o capable go addressa dilo tseo mara ka jeko re batla go bua ka ga economy bo digital economy jalo jalo. So e re before ke fa MEC ke kope di member tsa rona ke tla thoma ka mo letsogong la ka la left ba tle ke moja ba ke moja left ke moja molema tenda ke tla kopa di member tsa ka mo left di introduce re kopile le gona le member e nngwe e ntseng ka mo right re itse gore ha introduce a tlhalose le baki a apereng ko lona le kgone go e tlhaloganya. So e re ke thome ka mo left ba introduce.
Thanks, Chair. Ki member Mukwebo, the member of committee. Thanks.
Good morning. I'm Beverly Badenhorst of the Economic Cluster. Thank you.
Igama lami ngusizakelo kaNkosi Malobane, imember ye committee ye economic development.
Lena la ka ke Maphefo Mogaleletsie le nna ke leloko la committee e ke a leboga.
Re ke dumedise le nna ka lebitso ke Ezra Letswalo. Ke apere bike e ka reng e tsamaisana le di colors sa EFF. Mara ke member ya EFF. Ne ke ba tlhalosetsa mo mmusong re color e ke apereng e. Re bitsa re ke Pione Borealis. So as a red. Ne ke re le ska confuse lana no re ke ko EFF. A ke re le ka mara ANC ko di alliance re na lo re nne le di color yana tse ready. So nna ke member ya ANC. Thank you very much.
Le sa bara bagolo le rona mo committee re na le go tsamaya ka dictionary. Mafoko a mang re na le go shaba go dictionary gore tota a teng mo English le tla tsamaya le tloela ba gaetso. Ke go tsamaya gore le nne le advocate e le part ya committee. E re ke leboge honorable members. I have presented the draft program and it will be proper for me to request you to adopt the program before I allow the MEC. Honorable members.
Thanks, Chair. I so move as proposed. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Mukwebo. Any seconder?
I second Chair, Honorable Litsia.
Thank you very much, Honorable Litsie. Let me hand over to MEC Mutara. MEC.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning to you. Good morning to the honorable members of the Portfolio Committee. As indicated, Chair, my name is Tesni Mutara and I'm the MEC for the Department of Economic Development. Joining us here today is the Group CEO of GGDA, including the Enterprise Propeller, and with senior officials from the department. Then we have the team led by Mr. Kola from the VAL SEZ. I'm hoping that the residents of the VAL, many of them are familiar with him and know him, but he will take us through and lead his team with the presentation on the VAL SEZ. We also have the team from the Tourism Authority. There's an apology from the CEO, Chair. She has a family bereavement and had to leave yesterday. Chair, I think the big issues maybe that we want to be able to share and leave with the community is a lot of our revitalization, economic revitalization plans for the VAL. They are, yes, anchored around the SEZ, the Special Economic Zone, because as a province we believe this is one avenue in which we can use to be able to directly intervene and resuscitate the economy of the Vaal. It covers and includes all the municipalities, so Lesedi, Mfuleni, as well as Midvaal are included in the SEZ. So it's not one municipality specific, but it is our view and our intention that it will unlock a lot of economic opportunities. For instance, the Vaal River City, which has been spoken about for a very long time, as well as the airport, Aero City. We as a provincial government have got various mechanisms in which we can intervene in municipalities. We've decided as provincial government, led by the Department of Economic Development, to use SEZs in all the regions as a catalyst for economic participation, but also investment. On the Vaal SEZ, and I'm sure Tola will speak to that, we've been able now to secure an investor in the form of Citibank. It's a United States-based bank who have come on board now, committing just over, or let me say just under 2 billion rand over a period of time to be able to unlock investments, but for them to be an investor and also to assist those who are going to be manufacturing in that space, in the SEZ. We are at the stage where we have applied for designation to DTIC. We are waiting for the application to be approved. But in the interim, a lot of work is being done to be able to support and ensure that once we get the application approved, we can go forward. I think broadly, Chair, the Vaal still remains one of our untapped markets in terms of what it can do for the tourism sector. We are looking at how we can support municipalities to be able to resuscitate and revitalize the tourism sector here in the Vaal. That's both from the industry side, but also the infrastructure support to those especially small and medium enterprises in the tourism space. And then looking at how we can support and bring back signature campaigns and events in the area to be able to resuscitate it. But what we want is to call on the communities and members in that space to be able to bring, to package their information and their proposals. We do from time to time call for for applications of proposals in line with what we want to do. Of course, the Premier would have spoken a lot about our focus on townships, informal settlements and hostels, and that's also our focus. And we're hoping that we'll be able to, through that focused intervention, resuscitate the economy in the Vaal, given that it has a lot of rich history, but also it's an important connector between ourselves and the Free State as well. It's an important corridor linking the two provinces. So we do need to be able to resuscitate it. The colleagues will share a lot of details, and then I'm sure if there are other aspects that we may not have covered, but that we are responsible for, either as a department or any of the agencies, they can speak to it, Chair. Maybe just lastly, as my concluding point is just to say that we don't necessarily, as the department or even the agencies, have a lot of internal resources at our disposal. We rely heavily on partnerships, we rely heavily on attracting investors, we rely heavily on bringing people together to do the work that we need to do. So we play a very big facilitation role, and for us, that's where we want to keep and maintain our influence, but also make sure that we maintain and keep Gauteng as a destination of choice for both business, for leisure, for investments, for education, for students, for living, for doing work, for finding opportunities, employment, etc., etc. So that's really our responsibility. And we hope that through these and ongoing engagements, we'll be able to expand and extend our ability to bring together various partners that can help us do that. Thank you very much, Chair.
Presentation. That is 12.
Honorable Chair, with your permission, I'd like to stand. Thank you. Honorable Chair, honorable members, and other political principals present, my colleagues from the Gauteng Provincial Government, Department of Economic Development, my MEC, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Sanbonan. My presentation is going to give a sense of all the things that the Gauteng Provincial Government is doing to reignite the Citibank economy. And I'm going to use the Val SZ progress update for that purpose. As I said, the policies that inform the initiatives to transform and reignite the economy of the Val are what informs the work that we are doing here. And this presentation is going to try and summarize those initiatives. The region, as the chairperson has said, or the MEC has said, has had a lot of difficulties in terms of creating jobs, for example, and opportunities. So the Val SEZ is an instrument that is being used to do that. The objective being to create jobs, reduce inequality and poverty. So ESEZ is a program of the National Department of Trade Industry and Competition that has been around for over 20 years. It's just an area where the government provides incentives for business to gather and to support economic development. And it's driven by a specific requirement in law. The Val SEZ, Citibank, izoba khona kuwona wonke ama local municipalities ase Citibank, which is Mfuleni, Midval, Nase Lesedi. And in total, there's going to be 3,000 hectares of land that will be part of the Val SEZ. We are also, Honorable Chair, through the assistance of the district municipality and the province, in conversation with the Metsimahulu local municipality. And that council and that local municipality has allocated another 1,000 hectares of land on the Free State side to be part of the Val SEZ, and we're working collaboratively. Lokho kwenziwa ukuthi we don't just see the Val SEZ as something that is, Gauteng on the border only, because this region, from an economic perspective, is integrated. So the SEZ will, in the future, cross over to the Free State as well. I think a lot of this has been said, so ngizozama ukuthi ngingaphindi into eseyishiwo, especially by the MEC. But what the idea is, and without focusing on vision mission, is that this area needs to invest in newer technologies of the future that will create more sustainable jobs, and use the history of the skilled human resources that exist here and the knowledge about industry that exists here to grow so that it can be competitive. That is the objective. So there are three primary projects I'm going to talk about. The Val SEZ itself, which I've just described, and then there's the Val Aerotropolis, which will be in Emfuleni, and will be an area where there'll be lots of industry, there'll be lots of agricultural activity, lots of trade, lots of logistics, over a large portion of land that will revive this area and generate and make this region in the forefront of exports from Gauteng and exports from the country. So that is the objective of an aerotropolis. A better way of looking at it would be perhaps to look at in King Shaka Internet or Tambo SEZ. That entire area has lots of businesses that are manufacturing, lots of warehouses, lots of activity in and around the airport as an area of transportation of goods and services. So that is what is being envisaged here. The Or Tambo airport area there's not enough growth potential for land sufficient for the growth of the economy. So the Val is a node where instead of cargo, or goods that are being exported or moved around the country and the region, is now going to come from the Val here, because we connect with the Free State, we connect with KZN, we connect with the rest of the Gauteng province. So we are in a very good position to be able to do that. Then the Val River City as a project, as has been mentioned, is a smart city project that has been spoken about for some time. And as the MEC has indicated, we can now say with confidence that the project is starting. Because one of the first initiatives that has happened is Citibank is investing over 1.5 billion rands into it to allow for the commencement of the construction of the project. And that is something that is material, that will give not just jobs, but opportunities for small, medium, and large businesses from the area. I think the one point I wanted to make in this slide is that we must always think about the Val SEZ in the context of the district development model. Val SEZ is not just about the fences where it's been described as an SEZ. It must stimulate activity even outside the SEZ and regenerate economic activity broadly in the area. And that is in that context that we work very closely with the district and the local municipalities to make sure that we achieve that objective. The MEC has indicated the law, which is the SEZ Act, says the MEC must apply to the Minister of Trade and Industry and Competition. She has done so. We've submitted the designation application. We are engaging with the DTIC to give them answers to some of the questions they are raising. We are hopeful that it will happen in the course of this year, hopefully even in the course of the next 3 to 4 months, in our view. Kodwa lokho akusho ukuthi singenzi lutho, siyaqhubeka siyasebenza in making sure ukuthi ama investors ayeza, and making sure that the sites are ready, the bulk infrastructure is secured, etc., etc. So the license itself is when we now can say the minister has approved that these specific areas in this 3,000 hectares is now a special economic zone. Again, in the context of DDM, we have now established an office as the Val SEZ. We are incubated at the GGDA at the moment, but we've now established an office in Van der Bijl Park, where all these entities of the state, including the GEP, which was mistakenly left out of this slide, will be located and be available to interact with the community's business people who need support and identifying opportunities for skilling or being skills development, enterprise development, as well as investment and supply chain. So there is a number of companies who are investors, local and international, that have shown an interest to come and start businesses within the Val SEZ.
Ba gaetsho, nna re la utlwa. Le mo utlwa sentle fela? Sorry? A utlwale? Can we maybe get the mic?
Thank you.
E sharp again.
Yebo, ngiyezwakala. Okay, it's clear now. Thank you. So this part of the presentation is where the opportunities for the communities in Citibank and the business people in Citibank are going to come from. They're going to come from investors who will locate in the Val SEZ. Those investors will need to employ people. They will need to train people to skill them up for the new industries that are coming to the Val, and they will need to procure and get supplies from local businesses. So one of them is a company called Mitochondria, and I have to make a change to this slide. There's been some changes. The first phase of that project is an investment of 1.2 billion, not the 750. And that is starting in the course of this year on the site that is in Mfuleni. It's called the Rich Spruit Farm. It's a 700 hectare piece of land. They'll take a portion of it. There are other investors coming there. In Lesedi, that investment will be in total 4.3 billion over the next 4 years. This is now the new signed commitment. So there will be activity in that site. That entity and we've been engaging with communities in this very hall. I can't remember when it was, but last year sometime, we brought the investor to come and talk to the Citibank community about what the opportunities are, identified people, the kinds of skills they need and SMEs, and they've done a study to say these are the opportunities, and we continue to engage. So that method that this investor used to engage with the community will continue with other investors as well. In Lesedi, in Heidelberg, another investor to invest 1.1 billion rand will make a gas cylinder. They are steel at the moment, but in the future they will be more like plastic. So it will make gas cylinders that are safer. They don't explode, they just melt, and it's clear, you can see inside how much gas is left. So it is a new way that an LPG cylinder will be. So that company is also about to, in the course of this year, maybe early next year, start construction on its site. There's another business called LCS Group, which is existing in Lesedi, that is expanding, and that business is a priority. But there are many others, and this list is not complete. They range from defense, manufacture of defense equipment, helicopter blades, instruments for armaments, the manufacture of starch from maize, the energy projects. There is a project that's going to build boats here and manufacture the components, and that will be located here. And these projects are the ones that we are pushing to also reach close. There'll be at least about 4,300 jobs that we expect to be created directly in the beginning, and an additional 5,900 jobs at the operational stage. What we had spoken about earlier is what the MEC also had referred to. And again, we will always try and communicate the opportunities that come from this through many means in collaboration, like through this forum that the legislature has provided, the portfolio committee has provided, but also through collaboration with the local municipality, so that people are aware of these opportunities. And we have an office, we have people, we can share information about these opportunities. We will also start to build a website where we can locate this information, make this information available, and also have a contact number where you can reach us about that, and where you can register your interest on the projects. That is also going to happen in the next couple of months, that detail. But these are the projects that I had spoken about. From a support required, I thought we should take an opportunity, because the portfolio committee can assist a great deal. The MEC is assisting in working with the certain other arms of government, like GDAD, which is the Gauteng Department of Agriculture and Rural Development, to help the processes of approval to move faster, so that we can start with the construction, as well as with the Department of Roads and Transport, for example. The local municipality in Mfuleni is also empowered to accelerate approval processes through what they call a Regulation 92 exemption in terms of town planning. So all of those things, and it has been done before in Tshwane Automotive SEZ, where processes that would sometimes take a year or longer are done in about 2 months or 3 months, and that makes investment easier. So that is the support that we would plead to get from the portfolio committee and those that are responsible. It is the same in Lesedi, it is the same in Midvaal, and other entities of the state like ESCOM, like Sanral, also have to assist us in order to be faster as we implement. Chair, in conclusion, the major issues that we need to resolve are about infrastructure and governance challenges and service delivery issues. Because we want to attract investors who must put billions, so they must come to an environment where things are working. That is, unfortunately, a very critical thing. So the infrastructure rollout is important. We need to strengthen the planning and coordination across all spheres of government using the district development model. We need the support of ESCOM, Department of Water and Sanitation, Rand Water, to help resolve energy and water and sanitation issues. There will be a reference to the township enterprise development zones, which under TIDA will be spoken of, as the chairperson has indicated. We need to roll out broadband in this area because it increases productivity and investment. We need to strengthen the Vaal SEZ. What we're pleading is for the community and the people of Citibank to own the Vaal SEZ, treat it as if it's theirs, which it is. So mangabe kunjalo, it's easier to talk about with each other in a supportive way going forward. And the process of engaging with communities is very critical in this. So it's probably 40 to 50% of what I do is to talk to people about what the Vaal SEZ is about and to try and sell it. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Ntate Sithole, Ntate Manoto.
Honorable Chair, members of the esteemed committee, our MEC, Chair, with your permission, can present standing up. Dumela. Le kae? Re teng. As the chair said, my name is Sello Manoto. I'm with Gauteng Enterprise Propeller, Mo Sidibeng region. As the chair said, I'm not going to bother you with the vision and everything, but just go straight to the point. As GEP, our primary existence is to promote entrepreneurship. That's the most important thing. Number two is to provide an assistance in the form of financial support and non-financial support. And our also primary existence is to make sure that with the partnerships that we form, we are able to facilitate the issues of investment to where we are based as an organization. As the organization, we do have a qualifying criteria in terms of who qualifies to get our support. I will explain in detail as I go down what is a financial support and what is a non-financial support. We do assist enterprises based in Gauteng. From all the 5 corners of Gauteng, that's where we are as Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. We assist South African-owned enterprises, but particularly in terms of shareholding, to make sure South Africans are the ones who are in charge of the businesses. We assist they are already operating. We also assist the ones that are still aspiring or startups. And even those who still want to wish to go into business, we have programs that we assist them with. We also make sure that because we are government-funded entity, compliance is very important. And a compliance arona is only 2 documents that we need. One, the business must be registered with CIPC. Number 2, it must be tax compliant. Other documents like your proof of address to verify your existence in Gauteng, and also the ID to verify indeed you are a South African. But the most critical document is the CIPC as well as the tax compliance status, because we need to comply with the laws of the country. We also assist informal traders. Informal traders, Honorable Chair, they are sitting there selling the veggies, the plate, all those people at that level, we have a program that we assist them with. On the issue of the financial support, we have what we call a startup finance. You are sitting there on an idea. You want to check how can your idea grow, who can assist you to finance your idea. As the organization, we do assist people at that level. We have those, Honorable Chair, who might have got letters of appointment, their purchase orders from either from government or from the private sector, a contract finance. We have those who want to grow their businesses. You have started already, but you need more support in the form of financial muscle. You need more support for the business here. We do have a product internally that we are able to assist you. We do have those who want to run franchises. Your KFC, all the franchises you can think of, filling stations, and so forth and so forth. We do have a program, a product internally that addresses that as the organization. Coming to the non-financial support, which is the base, which is the foundation of any business. As much as I've mentioned the issue of financial support, but the non-financial support plays a very, very important role. In terms of those who want to come to our offices, who just got an information today or any other day, we do assist with the facilitation of assisting you to register with CIPC. For those who want an assistance with issues of SARS, our office not far from SARS, and we have a very good working relationship with SARS. But as an independent organization, they have their own processes, but we have that understanding. Whenever we have workshops, we are able to call them to give you more information on how to be test compliant. We assist with business development support. We assist with, you are looking for a funding, but you don't know how to prepare your proposal properly. We are able to assist and guide you so that it's able to meet the criteria of how to enterprise propeller, the criteria of IDC, the criteria of NEF. So it's our responsibility to assist you to meet those requirements. We also assist with what you call due diligence. You want to buy an existing business elsewhere, but you don't know what to do. Or somebody says to you, Honorable Chair, I want to buy this business. It's been sold at 4 million rand. We conduct a study or due diligence to make sure that the 4 million that the seller is talking about indeed makes sense to the funder, even to yourself as a potential buyer. We assist, after we have given you all these other interventions, critically on the issues of loan, we need to conduct what we call post-investment to make sure that the investment that we put as the organization, that investment is yielding good results. Because sometimes you come to us looking for a loan, the loan is approved, but you realize that along the way, there are certain things that you need. The post-investment comes in to assist you to make sure that one, you are able to repay a loan because lema saifuna. Number two, to make sure that you are able to meet the objectives that one you have set for your own business. Honorable Chair, on the issues of the business development support, we have tried to summarize them for people to understand what do we mean by business development support. Like I said earlier on, it is the foundation of any enterprise to succeed. We assist you with the development of marketing tools. We assist you with training on the financial systems. We assist you with the relevant tools to manage your finances. Because to us is that cash flow is the engine of any business. I'm very much aware that from the presentation made by the colleague before me, whenever I want to try to explore some of those opportunities, gives the personnel from Museveti the comfort that will be able to do the job. As how to enterprise propeller, that's why we come in to assist with those kind of systems. We don't invest in training. That those who think that we come in to assist with the Honorable Chair, they are up to 50,000 rand. As the MEC have said, we don't have much, but the little that we have, we are able to share and give out to the public. I will explain those grants in details in my next slide. Business development, grant funding. Now, this one thing, Honorable Chair, that you said in terms of TIDA, where do we come in as SGP with relation to TIDA? We have a program called Township Business Renewal. It only focuses on enterprises in the townships. We've been getting complaints, but it's not for me to address them here, of people who are saying, but we are staying in suburbs and we believe that we're supposed to be assisted, but the answer has always been no, because the program is solely meant to assist enterprises that are operating in all the townships within CDB. Then we have another fund that we call a community fund that seeks to assist those who have been in operation from 0 months up to 24 months. The first one of TBR assists people who are in operation for 2 years or more. But the one of community fund is from 0 months, and meaning if you can register today or next week, you qualify, because from 0 months up to 24 months. Then we have those who are running cooperatives. We have a cooperative assistance program, and I must report, Honorable Chair, that we've been also doing the issue of informal traders. We assist them mostly with grant funding, because most of them, they need to buy stock, they need to buy smaller equipment. You are operating at the corner there, you want to warm the food, small gas cylinder with some stove, so that you are able to continuously sell your product without any hindrances. We don't want our people to go buy a machonisa to go in and look for a loan of 2,000 rand, while as the organization we have those programs that are able to address those challenges. In terms of what we have done, Honorable Chair, for the past financial year, we have assisted 297 small enterprises in CDB with various business development interventions, be it marketing tools, be it your safety files for those who are within the construction space. We have seen a lot of emergence of construction projects in Citibank in particular, that the provincial government have commissioned Heidelberg all the way until here. Most of them, they were not qualifying to go on site, but what we have seen now lately, with the interventions that we have made, they were able to get some subcontracting, some were able to get some very, very good jobs on site. So we have spent close to 4.8 million. Each small enterprises with the purchasing of equipment to the value of 4.2 million. We have also assisted the corporate 1,528. Honorable Chair, we've been seeing a lot of, I said almost 47 of them within the Citibank with the purchasing of stock and equipment to the value of 700,000 rand. Informal traders, we have assessed to the amount of 62 with the assistance of purchasing the stock and equipment to the value of 300,000 rand. Honorable Chair, we do have success as for two. Lamongs, they are doing very well. They are running an event-based company somewhere in Meyaten. They are doing very well. They came to us some years ago. We were able to assist them. We can't say we are done with them because ours is a developmental space. So should there be any other need to grow their enterprise. Also have one that I know is also popular in the Val called Halala. When they came to us, yes, there was a little bit of things they were doing on site, but for them to qualify, and also they're doing other things on site, construction, where they were able to access some construction tenders through our interventions, especially on issues of compliance, to make sure that they're able to go to align themselves with what the main contractor is looking for. Honorable Chair, the issue of the challenge we face, I think is popular throughout government, is the issue of the budget. I want to thank you, Chair. Before I do that, for those who want to access our services, our offices are at Merriman, front opposite of Home Affairs in Vereeniging. We also have got an office in Heidelberg, just next to ShopRite. I forgot the name of the center there, but just in front of ShopRite. That's where we are based. And our offices operate from Monday, 8 o'clock until 4:30, from Monday until Friday. And in terms of, because of trying to move with the times of the day, we encourage people to apply online. But that does not mean that if you don't have the tools to apply online, you are left out. At our offices, there are computers there. When you arrive there, someone will be able to assist you to apply online and get a reference number. The reference number helps. So with the reference number, we are able to track that. Honorable Chair, I want to thank you.
a re leboge ntate Manoto. Baba.
Dumelang. Dumelang. Le kae? A o hole monotho wa Movala a o hole. A o hole monotho wa Movala wa mo Sedibeng wa mo Sebokeng a o hole. Lebitso la ka ke Baba Gaoganediwi go tswa go Gauteng Tourism Authority. Re kopile hore we must share the presentation about Gauteng Tourism, the programs tse di dirang in the Val. Also, re kopile hore we must share information about how can you join us in helping to grow tourism in the Val and ultimately re godise economy ya Sedibeng and province ya Gauteng. So my previous two colleagues that came in here, Kola spoke about the infrastructure development that are coming, the Val Special Economic Zone. And then our colleagues from JEP spoke about some of the funding mechanisms and the resources still available locally to fund your businesses. So, how about that chelete eco Gauteng Enterprise Propeller? So, role ya rona ya Gauteng Tourism Authority is to work with the two colleagues and other department. So role ya rona ke go thusa go nagana le go bona gore re ka le thusa yang ka di programs tsa rona le go le plaka into funding opportunities that are provided by JEP, into some of the infrastructure opportunities that are funded by other colleagues. So in this presentation, re tlo go cover some of the offerings that are in the Val. It's a PDF. Slide se le se bonang bagaetsho ke di Samaria province ya rona ba ke batla re lebelle Sedibeng region ya rona gore re na le eng se leng gore se farologane le di region tse dingwe. O tla bona gore mo medical tourism go na le sefatlhego se se khibidu se se ngadileng. So ha rena di infrastructure tse dintsi for medical tourism, ha rena di infrastructure tse dintsi for business and trade, ha rena di infrastructure tse dintsi for education. Le MICE meetings, incentives, conferences, and events. So when the presentation here, SEZ in the Val came in, intenda go address one of the challenges raised around investment, trade, and infrastructure, so that we are then able to say, Hare Maketa, the region, the Val Sidibeng region also has quality infrastructure. Hare Swara the conferences, trade, investment, special economic zones, were able to use facilities like this. Ho tshwara di conferences to re-preparela go leverage infrastructure highlightilweng mo. Vaal University of Technology is one of the only institutions e re nang le yone mo re partnera yang le bone go berekisa di infrastructure tsa bone to train young people on entrepreneurship together with GEP, but also on tourism opportunities, gastronomy, tourism, cooking, in partnership with Harankua Hotel School, in a position that is relevant to train skills that are required by the industry. So, this portion in relations to other regions. Therefore, from other regions, this slide is very important because it refers an indication the market being young compared to Johannesburg, compared to Tshwane, compared to West Rand, and compared to Ekurhuleni. Hare market are guided by the marketing principle. Telling non-negotiable because harena chelete chelete refuang ki ya go leka go coordinate le bo JEP batho ba rona ba di bank ba beke ya madi le bo di SEZ jalo le jalo. Seo se ra gore tshwantse re nne focused in our principles, honorable chair, honorable members. The marketing principles tsa rona among others ke gore tshwantse re create value, re add value. Ga ile gore ga re kgone go create value, re add value, ga re participate. So re batla go add value mo botshelong ba lona as entrepreneurs in the tourism space, as B&B owners, as people in the creative space, go market the Val. Re prioritize quality over quantity. Go botlhokwa gore re nne le batho ba ba 10 and batho ba ba 10,000 who are just ticking the box. So quality is very important in Serisi Dirang. Rare, if it's worth doing right. Hari diri fela because re batla go ikholola. We want to do it correctly. Among others, re batla go dira say the industry won't be able to do. So at Gauteng Tourism Authority, we are not competing with the industry. We are complementing industry, we are supporting the industry. But majority of the industry players won't be in a position to have session and engagements like this. That is where we come in and take that information, lead the industry on some of the opportunities you need and how can you be part of their value chain. Rare, honorable members, it must be local in nature, approach, and texture. Locally means it's local, but it's global focus. It's a word and a term that we have invented because we believe in local production, local as leke, and Reberekisana is proudly South African who promote a local product. But how to promote the local product, every regisa cheap in our streets, promote a quality local products that are global focus to impact the world. And it must be rooted on an always on digital ecosystem. Honorable Chair, Ubuleka Gauteng Travel Guide app, Ibizwa at Visit Gauteng app. Ke mobile app o khona go e berekisa even when you usina airtime or usina di bundles. You will be able to connect mo go yone to list your businesses, but not only B&Bs and traditional tourism businesses. If una le Shesanyama, if una le a merchandise shop, if you register the t-shirt tse di kwetseng Tshepo Sebokeng, like some of these local products will be able to list you. But remember, quality over quantity. Therefore, it must be tested. Together with JEP, we will be able to go to South African Bureau of Standard to help you quality assure your product. The Visit Gauteng Travel Guide app, it's like to access the market. We are saying, we build a app or we build o suspenda tšhelete ya gago o builder app or o builder website, re tla go thusa to list your product in our app using state resources so that you can spend that money to help grow the business, develop the business, and employ other people. It's available on iOS platform, ya di phone, tsa iOS, le the other equipment, tsa Android. I'll help you, honorable member, just now. So you can download the travel guide app. Slide is says important gape because re berekisana le who user special economic zone as a key marketing tool, like the MEC spoke ka opening remarks. So, honorable members, re kopa le re thuse to get resources to help brand the idea and the intention and the construction of the Vaal Special Economic Zone. Because one of the mistakes we do, especially as government, re batla go marketa ha se re khatile ribbon. And it's already late. So we need to market the intention, we need to market the idea, we need to market the vision. When Citibank announced how we are putting 1.1 billion into this, there must be a marketing drive that says 1.6 billion in the value chain. As the marketing agency for the province, we are available to work le lona, especially the creatives, those who run TikTok. You can TikTok the Vaal Economic Zone. You can create videos about what opportunities is going to be bringing. If you say TikTok, go Vaal University of Technology. There are TikTokers, there are YouTubers that can help us. So we are availing our infrastructure and marketing capacity through your guidance and support and resourcing of this program to help market it. It has everything to do with tourism. It's not just an industrialization program. The fact that we have a special economic zone is a marketing content. The fact that it's going to benefit different segments of our population is a marketing content. The fact that we must make sure that it's painting, Harry Builder, the banners that we put up there reflect the energy and the colors of the province. It makes it a marketing content. So when you buy the painting, make sure that you buy the paintings of the colors that reflects the province and its brand. And that's how we can go. So that you don't have to go and buy painting and buy flags ourselves with our little money. You can buy those flags and the painting in the budget of the infrastructure so that we are able to leverage it. So, Honorable Chair, that is how we intend to work collaboratively with our colleagues to market the Vaal Economic Special Zone. Re dira se as part of the tourism recovery plan, among others, the activities that are in there is around promoting the Vaal River City. Is it Vaal SEZ? Is it Vaal River City? Is it Vaal 21? Is it Citibeng? What is it? And that is why really important as part of marketing and destination branding, we are clear so that all of us can be part of it. Vaal 21 some 15 years ago. Now is Vaal River City that is anchored by the SEZ. Communicating, sharing information with the relevant stakeholders is part of what we need to do. This is the institutional arrangement GTA, Citibank District Municipality, Gauteng Gambling Board, among others, because there's a casino mo Emerald. We need to be communicating responsible gambling message. But equally, we must communicate for the casino as they drive revenue. This revenue helps in growing the economy of local. So there's a need to send a balanced message on the role of tourism, role of gambling, role of liquor consumption, and all the other aspects that are there. Free State tourism, honorable members, because we are sharing the border. It's a cross-border space. So promoting the Vaal, we don't promote the Vaal River until where it ends in Gauteng. Because visitors don't care about political boundaries. They want a good experience. They want shareable moments. They want to Instagram their experiences as to where they were in the geographic political space. They really don't care. So Reberekisana Free State tourism, Reberekisana the district and local municipality around to market the area as a hub, similar like we are doing in the West Rand with Northwest for area around Hartebees. This is some of the offerings still in Mosidibeng. Golfing is one of the key aspects. Reliance the Paris golf course, one of the key offering bedding. The second largest concentration of large bird species in Africa is found in Sidibeng. So we are looking for tour guides, we are looking for bird watchers and those that are able to market and articulate the story of birding in Sidibeng. Liberation and heritage is a key focus of this region. Military veterans, actual military veterans are important in assisting us, will be able, honorable members, as part of the confirmation of tourist guide and giving them the badge. If military veterans are able to set up companies, destination marketing companies that market the liberation and heritage route, will be able to accredit them as guides, and that's part of the storytelling of the marketing of the destination. They will say, this is the Sharpeville route. I was there when this thing happened, and therefore the story is told from the actual person that was there. The person was there. It becomes more authentic. That is the importance of this. MICE is the meetings, conference, and incentives. So meetings like this is part of the MICE. But if really it's every week, if it's another day, we are contributing to the economy, we are creating infrastructure, but about screening and everything. Therefore, it has everything to do with building a meetings, incentives, and conference sector, which is a subsector of tourism. Wedding GPs, manyalo asaya fela ko Sun City, manyalo atle mo Sidibeng, mo di facilities tsa rona on the Vaal River, lenyaleng mo di boatung ba ba sa nyalang, and have beautiful pictures on the boat there. And that's how we start promoting the destination through those specific emails. So weddings is a key offering in our destination together with township tourism. Some of the projects that are implementing in Sidibeng as requested by presentation. We had a workshop to brief event organizers on how to respond to the RFP, especially township event organizers, because the RFP Yako supported event was very specific. We are going to give 90% priority to the events that are in the townships. We met in this space, we shared information. My colleague Lebo was part of the team that we are just about to conclude the adjudication. We got 3,000 applications, Honorable Chair, and it took us long to evaluate, but we will give out the information before end of June, and we hope some of you who have applied will be able to assist you. We'll work with the GEP and other partners to make sure that has a one hit wonder. These events are not just supported for 1 year, but they are supported over a long period. But at some point, you must give others a chance so that now you can continue, others can get the opportunity. So we were able to also have the National Tourism Career Expo launched in Sidibeng. We were able to also support places like Vaal Marina building project. We have been able to advertise some of the offerings on Airport TV. Airport TV is a platform that gives us access to 12 airports in the country, 2 of them being in Zambia. And this becomes a much more cost-effective way of advertising than going to SABC, DSTV, Tediturang. So we are targeting channels that give us more rotations, because airports are important places for visitors, investors, traders, but the rotation they are doing gives us better value. Re na le program linked to the Delicious International Food Festival. Every Chisanyama spaces, we are doing Delicious Fridays as we build up to the festival, but we are also training chefs, we are training those that are at the back room of many establishments like restaurants on food security. We are doing this training in association with Cat Sitter, Food and Bev. Our colleagues Go Gauteng Enterprise Propeller are also coming in. We are proud to confirm that out of this program, we are formalizing the Gauteng Delicious Academy with the graduates from the past 3 years. We have been working with the Delicious Festival, now ready to hit the market and become mentors to others in the program. We have been able to deploy tourism monitors to help issues around safety. We are very thankful that the more than 6,000 crime prevention wardens are not just going to be servicing the communities where visitors go, but they also become an important aspect around addressing khanya busingi in our spaces. So crime prevention wardens becomes an important message around how we are gonna communicate that our townships, our spaces are safe. The Green Army that are part of the colleagues at GDAT are also part of our program to help promote township entrance through the Butuke Buntle programs, because as you know, once the window or the gate to your house is not lucrative, nobody comes in. If in your entrance, in this house. So it's very important as we build livable spaces in our townships, we also beautify them, and working together with the Green Army, we'll be able to implement some of this project. Lilona. Concierge training is one of the training we have done. Valmarina or only one of the establishment honorable members, and you are booked there for 2 days strategic session, and you go to the front desk and you ask them, what can I do here? They then tell you, it's dangerous outside. Go to the bar in the hotel so that you just leave the money in the hotel. They must tell you, you can get a tuk-tuk. It can take you to Sebukeng, and then you can go and get a Chisanyama, and you can go and showcase your Amapiano dance move at the nearest joint, and it's safe to do this. If only problem, here's the number to call us. So concierge training, especially the front desk people, we hope we will work through your support with the Department of Transport to even train taxi drivers on this concierge customer service training so that they can become the first people that puts our destination and our brand on top than talking bad. Gauteng Eats program is one of those where we hope as JEP train informal traders, Baba rekisang di tamati, Val and Sidibeng is known as an agricultural district. We want to help in quality assuring those tomatoes, but our role is not agriculture. Our role is branding. So we'll be able to support you brand the packaging of your tomatoes. They will be written Gauteng Eats. But tshwantse di nne monate, di tobetsehe, di be boruma. E sa nna ditamati tse di bodileng. So if they are good quality, we'll be able to help you brand them, and then we'll work with the likes of JEP, go to the like of Woolies, Bospa, and say, these are a package of tomatoes from Sidibeng, branded Gauteng Eats. So re batla go berekisana le di pharmacy le lona that are doing good work around agriculture, so that our restaurants that are listed in the app are also supplied by vegetables that comes from the districts that are branded properly. So going forward, we will finalize the RFP yaka ke buile ya di event. Re tla nna le MEC Sidibeng Tourism Roadshow like we did in the West Rand. We are looking at forging a partnership with Heineken, honorable members. Heineken is one of the major investment done by GGDA in this district. Heineken have a program, city branding. So apart from in our township, they should be able to help us brand the Gauteng Eats program. But we are also looking at an opportunity to build a museum a visitor museum at the Heineken plant so that people can see when a beer is being made. That will give an opportunity for a guide, tour guides that are able to then explain and all of this. And this becomes an important aspect of how we link tourism with the reindustrialization projects like SEZ, museums, and the like. We'll also be finalizing the TikTok and Liberation Heritage Challenge route promotion that I spoke about. And then we are going to be looking at the township video content, short video on Buipatong, on Sebokeng, on Sharpeville, that we can use as part of our marketing collateral, going to both tourism in Daba, both well-traveled market, and all the other international marketing platform. So we hope this will be part of what you will join us on. We will be working with the gambling board around responsible gambling. We'll be also working on a continuous program here, Val Marina, GGDA, and also the Gauteng Tourism Academy, specifically CDBang skills that is required through a partnership with TUT, le Garankua Hotel School. Those that have data, data, they can log into the free Wi-Fi, Yasaki and other colleagues more. Follow us at Visit Gauteng on Instagram. We are at I Love Gauteng on Facebook. We are also on Twitter at Visit Gauteng. We are also on TikTok at Visit Gauteng. Those that are in professional associations, they can communicate us on LinkedIn at Gauteng Tourism Authority. So we are not just at the Salt Society Hall. We are in the metadata space. We are in the universe. We'll be able to engage. Thank you very much.
Erreba leboe agere borre ba ditsen di presentation ka sekgowa ba re we don't thank the fish for swimming agere lenaneo la golomente rona ko re golomente tshwantse e berekelle setšhaba, and that is why ka mo letsatsing la ka jeko le re bona re le kamo agere ore re netefatse gore golomente ke berekelang setšhaba. And because re berekelang setšhaba, a re shebile constitution ya rona re kra re constitution ya rona or democracy ya rona it's in twofold. Ona le ntwe re bitsang representative democracy mo romela maloko a parliament ya legislature or ba lemelle. So ke ba emedi pele ba lona agere mara e felle ko hona le ntshwe re bitsa re ke participatory democracy mo ile re mo ditshwetsong tse di tsang ke mafapha a golomente mo mananeong a ona setšhaba tshwantse se consultiwe agere o re gone o utlwa dintlha tse dintse le reng setšhaba ka nna le tsona maybe dipontsho o rona re nana re ntshwe ka itsewa sentle yana or that support le fanang ka yona re-extend in this particular fashion. So mo letsatsing la ka joko re ba tlo utlwa mo lona agere or di presentation ke itse di itswe, and I only hope or ntse le nota e bo re ba ntse ba bua agere nako ngwe bana lo bua ka di abbreviation re ba re GGDA o kre le sa itse re ke agere ke ba tlo starta ka tsona dilo tse GGDA, Gauteng Growth and Development Agents. Agere matsatsi a re na le di phone tse di smart tse le gono tsena mo di internet le tshebele le lona agere o re le ikgotsofatsa. So Gauteng Growth and Development Agents agere agency le reng e shebane di lotsa di investments o re ka thusana yang le golomente a rona re e godise leruo la naga ya rona or leruo la ka mara province ya rona akere and then ona le re mo lena o tlile mo la ba rena ke nna GEP so na go ngore di acronym tse di lefatla akere ke Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. So I agree the enterprises is the business. So they may be small, they may be intermediate, they may be bigger enterprises. So agency ke lo reng ithusana le borra dikgwebo, especially small businesses. Although ntwe tshwantse re review and ntse re batho ke di small businesses. Again, but there must be a potential for it to develop and grow so that lone gono contributor in the economy ya province ya rona. And then go bofello le utlwile re ole ona fana ka tlhaloso ya ntho tse di shebaneng le tourism. Again, ba re ke GTA mara ke Gauteng Tourism Authority. Again la utlwa. So e shebana lo le menyetla e leng teng ya go godisa boitsagalo ba province ya rona le menyetla e leng teng ka mara province ya rona. So re batlo le fa monyetla akere ene monyetla o re na le a context e lo re shebane lona mo malobe mo legislature rona ya ka mara Gauteng e tlile ka molao theo re bitsang re ke the Gauteng Township Development Economic Development Act. So all of these things tse di buileng ke borreba di tsamaisana le maikaelelo a molao o re godisa yang leruo la rona re godisa yang our provincial economy akere yona ntshwele hape re bitsang re ke kasi economy so ra tsenella ka mara metsi a rona re tsenella ka mara di township tsa rona re tsenella ka mara di informal settlement across the board again so that le lona le le ka mara metsi le gono fitlhella menyetla e leng teng e fuwang ke golomente ya rona again so re batlo le utlwella ka jeko so re tlo tsa matsogo mo lona molao wa rona go re le fa 5 minutes each again and how bua ha man le na le emisa prematurely man tlo le no uta ka ofela molao wa rona go re ha o emella o ikitsise re kwena mang o tswa go kae ha ile rona le company or ona le tshesego ya ro ka establish a company o tla re tlhalosetsa akere so that le rona a ntse re recorda mole re nne le kitso ya hore thuso ile re ngwa e batla ke fe gore le bona borre ba le ba ntse ba fana ka di presentations le ba gone go recorda sentle gore a ba tlo fana ka dikarabo go bofello e be le gore ba lutlwile sentle akere so ke batlo tsa matso akere ke youth month re batla bo bacha ba rona le bone ba bue bacha ntwe ya menyetla e tlo thusana le province rona thata because the reality ona nongore in order for South Africa to survive let alone Gauteng South Africa we need yourselves as a social entrepreneurs again or le thusana le golomente to resolve some of the problems that are there and add social value again so re batlo lutlwella a re bone matso ke tlo le fa di number and di number tse ke batla le di memorize again mare ke wa re itiman ke bona fela matso a bo rre ke nyaka le matso a bo mme and ntho ya language e ska le tshwenya ne ka nna ipuella fela ka language engwe a ile re khona tsotsi tale o ka nna e bolela ka tsotsi tale wa re se ma second tabelashi go re skwa tshosa gore e kana tshwantse ke bolele tshoa ka polelo le re ngwena o comfortable ka yona o ka re bua le di chomi tsa ga le go strategi so re batla this ideas or di tswe mo lona akere so go starta ka re mo ga re ga la emisitse re number 1 ne ha ke fetso o fa number o isa le tso go tlase akere number 2 my sister number 3 mme Number 4 re wa kepisi e Pioni. Number 5 ntate mo le ka di headphone wa ke. And then e re ke bone sentle. Number 6 re ole o apereng di glass. Number 6 again. And then number 7 re o misomo orange. No, mustard. Where my brothers? O number 7. Yeah. And then number 8, my sister go. Again. Number 8. Number 9, mama can turquoise. Number 9. And then Rafael Zaga, my sister number 10. Again. Lead it to it. I don't want a number 4 go movie. Like 1 4. Yeah, where you get. Sharp. Restart aga mo bano. Le lona go lofa single digits. Aga ba tlo le tlhaga tlhaga. Restart aga ba le re fetsa re tlhaga. Again. Number 1, my sister. Number 2, reka ntwena le bukhibidu. Number 3, remole. Number 4, my brother can twe a yellow. Number 5, reka kepisi. Number 6, next door. Number 7, are you a young man or a young lady? Number man 7. Number 8, sister Mole. Number 9, my brother. And then number 10, Kukuni. I get a little swear. Ireke number 5. Number 3. Yeah, no lady swear. Lady swear. So, Lenale Mike. I start the number 1. I get it, roll the time. I get it. We're try to be as detailed but also brief as possible. How extend that beyond 5 minutes, you could stop. I get it. So that we give other people a chance. And I about the brainwave. I about to hey, good will all our little night give you. I get really feel a monet. I get it. Oh, about the world alone. Number 11 and 12. Wabu am next door. Okay. 11 and 12. I get it. I'll start the number 1.
Oh, Kalewaka Lebiso ke nna Lucky Ivan Kupega. Ke tswa ho organization e bitswang Val United Business Forum. Also, I'm representing the black chain economy. We're talking black industrialization. Re bua ka ho grow the economy, re bua ka tender, re batla ho manufacturer. So re tlo ba answer to the African Continental Free Trade Agreement. My question is simple and input is, when are we launching the Val Development Agency? This is point number 1. Number 2, we don't recognize our name as a unified business to grow economy, because the element of CDB and district municipality, they don't recognize but what to grow economy. Got to recognize your tender. So we think the Black Industrial Program will create 1.8 million jobs on the Southern Corridor. We are sure, and we participate in the Val SEZ, the development. How do we want to participate? The land parcels. How are we going to be allowed to declare an SEZ? The funder, we already partnered with NASASA, the National Software Association, to say 60 billion that is sitting there. How do we take it to work on this? Why are we saying this thing? The president has launched the innovative plan that is called the district development model. We want to unpack it today. We are busy now. In a meeting. We talk conceptualize and invest Val business breakfast, where we wanted to unpack this thing with business people who are tangible. We think the black chain economy promote and the buy local. The buy local campaign refill a content that thing, alluring against buy local markets every week. Government the president in this way. A national buy local day, not a holiday. Every Thursday, buy local, national buy local day.
Thank you very much. Or say it's Ndato utusis or say 3 minutes. I go number 2.
Sanibonani. Igama lami nguPhindile Mlambo. Ngirana i-catering business engiqale ngo-2019. Siyabonga babu Manoto. Sibonga i-information because masiqala lama business masiqala ama business asazi ukuthi siyapi for ifunding. Siyawaqala ama business singabi nendlela okanye la esiya khona for equipment nako konke sikudingayo for ama business. Baba wami angitholanga kahle ukuthi nikuphi nendawo. Mina ngisuka ePalm Springs. So ikhona na ioffice eseduzane engingayisondela. And then umbuzo wami uthi nisisiza kanjani ngemarketing because sesiwaqalile ama business siphinde sibe nenkinga yokuthi uyimarketa kanjani business wenza kanjani ukuthi waziwe ukuthi you running this business and ikhula kanjani. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much. 3 minutes 48 seconds. Number 3.
Sanibonani, igama lami nguNtomfuthu kaMayaba. Ngiphuma eLisedi. Women Lead in Business Organization. Okwami ukuthi ngiyabonga ithuba leli nisilethele lona ukuthi sinibone ngamehlo ngenyama singagcina ukunibona le ku TV. Okokuqala ngizothanda ukuza kuJobe mayelana ne special
mosebetsi o ko sebeletsang for lockdown and COVID-19. Ke a leboha ntate wa ka ha le mo parlamenteng o kgone ho thusa setjhaba sa o senana. Moving forward for vote for ANC and Nelson Mandela president and Cyril Ramaphosa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rasta. Or say it's 4 minutes. So thank you very much. Let's go to number 1, 7, 8. Oh, yeah. 8. Number 8.
Number 8. Mangicale ngokubulisa itafule nabo bonke abakhona kule ndawo. Sijabulile ukuba kule.
Buelanyana godimo mama, a re kgone ho utlwa.
Okay. I-problem enginayo ngiyezwa ukuthi bonke abantu baya abazwisisi kahle nge-GEP. I-GEP, some of us isincedile. But the budget of GEP is very low because if uyothenga umshini, mina banginikeze 9,000 but it's limited. Then i-9,000 leyo abakunikezi imali, fanele uhambe uyofuna i-quotation yalento yoyithenga bakunikeze yona. But after the COVID, everything ziyezawa ngapha nangapha, i-business ayihambi kahle and i-gap ithi ikunikeza kayi-1. So much here try funding nationally, they will say we'll come back to you, they will never come back to you. So siyacela ukuthi at least ku-gap while besimonitora ababheke ukuthi senzani yini enye esingayiphumelelisa ngoba angeke uhlale nomshini i-COVID ikushayile for 2 years then khona manje awusana store ngaphakathi endlini so uhleli nale mishini lena sicela basincede ukuya phambili. Enye eyama close corporations, it is a problem. Corporations is good sibe nazo, but if we are lapha FNB mabakuthumela lapha yana FNB bafuna ukuthi imali mayiphuma iphumele as individuals kuleyo close corporation. Then uthole ukuthi if there's a problem within your business and ifanele inject imali uthola ukuthi ilokhuzani 8% yabantu osebenza nabo abakwazi ukucontributor imali. Then makufanele baphume certificating they will refuse. Bayala ukuthi baphume. So siba ne problem ugcina sawuhleli phansi or uthola abanye ujoin abanye. Mawuthi uyafika khona because of the economy yasevalley the way ingakhona kunzima asikwazi ukuya phambili asikwazi ukuphumelelisa izifiso zethu within the economy of the valley. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's take number 9.
Ke leboa chair ke leboa this opportunity le baetapele ba rona kaofela ba teng sebakeng se. Lebitso ke Sibongile ke Makakola ke tswa Ward 36. Ke tlo ilela ke tlo ikopela ne ke le businessing lockdown COVID high fitla. In fact ho qadile load shed ne ke na le internet cafe ho qadile ka load shed ha re sa kgone ho sebetsa wa tla COVID. Ha COVID intse ile busy e re disturba ra sheba hore re ka etsa eng hore re kgone ho tswella pele because batho ka di lockdown di COVID ba felletswe ke mosebetsi and ha o sebetsa internet cafe o tlo thusa mang a apply le mosebetsi because batho ba ne ba retrenchwa ba fellwa ke mosebetsi be re zama hore re etse beikara looting e re bolaile bontate le bomme ka pele ka moo. So kopo yaka ke kopa hore le skela nthusa ka tšhelete and ke kopa hore le skela nkadima ke kopa donation kore le ke le etsetse mhlolo valley e re sokang go bona ka equipment commitment ya hore ke qale bophelo ke mme ke na le bana ke na le lelapa ho boima ntate hae ho boima so MMC ya rona iteng leadership kaofela hona le batho ba nang le di computers hona le batho ba nang le di laptops hona le batho ba nang le di printers dintho tseo nka kickstarter ke start business ke kopa le nketsetse bohlolo bontate baka ke kopa hore le mphahamise ke kgone hore ke tswelle pele amen ke a leboha
re lebohile my sister a re go number 10 ke tlo waraba ka ile ya o se nne le ntate go lapeng a kere tla waraba go bofellong re lokisa bjang a kere a re go number 10
Dumelang batswadi nna ka lebitso ke Belina wa Hamkwena ka bodulo ke tswa Everton so ke sebetsa Rising Center rona ke Rising People as Center ya rona re sebetsa ka di substance abuse re thusa batho ba bangata nna ke tlo ikopela as mama chile ke ikopela donation because ke na le pleke ke a jala ke entse agriculture and mo ke jalang teng mo ke gona ho nka dintho mono go gona ho phela bana ha batla senteng ya rona ka di Tuesday and Friday batswadi ke ne ke kopa donation haholo le equipment hore ntho tse re shotang ka tsona re gone di kopanya because finding haholo mo ke jetseng teng mo ke gona ho nka mono re phele bana re thuse bana banana ba hlokang
thank you very much a ke re feditse ka mo a ke re tla ka mo mojeng wa ka number 1 in the very same light le bone ka mo ba re savetse nako a ke ba go no bua there were consigns straight to the point a ke so re kopa le re thuseng le lona
dumelang lebitso la ka ke Lucia Motsamai company name ya ka ke Lush Demot Pty Ltd ke tswa mo pleke e bitswang Business Hub mo Bophelong so potso ya ka e lebisitse ho GEP hona jwang dinthong tse buile mo abuti ntate Manoto ha ntsa hlalosa hore GEP e ka re thusa jwang hona le part e ke filang hore ra failure in a way ka yona ya hore I don't think re ba protected in terms of ke tla ho GEP ke na le business idea ke batla ho tseba hore ba tlo protecta jwang hore in the meantime ha ba ntse ba le busy ka hore ke tla thola body funding and stuff business idea ya ka ha ino wela matsong a motho o mong ke bone nna ha ntse ke metse di funding ke bone business ya ka se ke thola hore motho o mong o sa ietsa but ke tseba fully hore e tlile ka nna ke batla ho tseba hore ke tlo ba protected jwang ha ka utlwa party eo e hlahela so engwe hape ke ya hore business hub mo re leng teng Bophelong ke feel hore Bophelong ke pleke e lorong ha recognized ka ga ha e yo mepeng Bophelong ke pleke e loreng bomleaf olifant ba tswetswe mo ba hlaya mo bo Mamrobi from parliament ba tswa mo but ha e recognized ha rena bo di Shoprite ha rena body ke body you save ha rena body box a go re ke pleke e loreng e ka ga e exist at all le hona jwale ke a utlwa ha o ntse o bua ka bo tourism ho abtua tourism o specify ka bo Sharkville bo Bipatong bo Sebokeng ha ona mo ala ka hlodisa re Bophelong so ke batla ho tseba hore in terms of taba tsa bo di tourism bo Bophelong ha ona mo e tlo bang teng like ho thona le nthonyana e itseng e loreng e tholahala ka site na Bophelong so ya o qetela ke hore ke khutlela ho gap hore ke kopa ha ba monitor batho be loreng ba file di funding ba nne ba khutlele ho bane be loreng ha ba sotle ho bona because business hub re na le Bophelong business hub re na le di stolo tse 48 so ho tswana tse 48 ke feel hore tse ba di thusitseng e ka re rona ba sokang ba re thusa ba re lebetse ene rona ba bang khona re ba mafulufulu jwalo wa go re kene businessing but ha e tla tabeng tsa gore o thola bo startup o ntse o phuphuletsa o so tsebe go tlamile o tshware eng o etse eng re ntse re ithuta hentse ke le upcoming business woman a ke so tsebe hantle ka ntho tseo but ntse ke hloka gore funding ke ithole gore le nna ke thole startup ke bone gore ke tswella pele jwang ka business so ke ne ke kopa ba khutlele ho rona business ha ba tlo checka gore mo ba felletseng teng way forward ke gore bana ba sa re thusang re thuseya jwang le rona re kgone ho tswela pele ka taba tsa di business because ho ba business woman ke ntho e leng ya chaza because we manager and wa khowa o tseba ntho tse ngata o kena haholo le tabeng tsa bo di tourism motho tlo ithola ile go o sona le bo restaurant maybe ka le nna matsatsi hanta temdimo antse a ratile but ba ske ba re ignore ba ske ba ga left out ba nne ba re hopole so ke qetile ke kopa ntho tse ke di buileng di nkellwe koptu ke a leboha
Relewile, my sister, I go number 2. The number 2.
Ke rata ho leboha this opportunity that I'm given. Yaime Mona is Bishop Marumo Nkopane. I'm a member of the ward committee in Ward 40. I'm also a CEO of the Mbuti Naftali Nkopane Foundation. I just want to thank the contributions that we laying, powerful statements that we have received today. But now I'm a bit worried. We cannot speak about economic development when number one, I believe Val deserve also to have Gautrain and bus rapid services. Out of people babuiling actually any presentation because once we speak about economic development, then it means we must address tabayadi yaditsela. So ke kopa hore ha re lokiseng taba ya ditsela as government ba re lokisetse taba ya ditsela. And then hape ko Kwagastrom there was a place mono our stadium teng. That place it's a nice place, it's convenient. But ba rona ba location ba rata soccer, and then it would add benefit to the people of our community. In the portfolio it's wearing as a member of the ward committee, it's very basic services. Some of the challenges still in the ward committee. There's a problem of basic services in Mfuleni. And my wish gore under my organization, if we could have people who can help me, maybe kabanale some grass cutting machines, so that sometimes we don't have to wait for government to say. I believe as people we can do it into saying. So the only thing that we need is help. So if I can have some people who can help me to buy the machines, I can be able to help in the community where I stay. How the problem ya grass cutting, how the problem ya whatever it's lokalang. If we have the equipment, then we can be able to serve our community in our government. I thank you.
Relevule Bishop. Arego number 3.
Ndiyabulisa etafuleni ome apha ngutata Magenene ndihlala ngapha ngase hostel emzini wensizwa. Okokuqala ndizawuthetha ngoGap. uGap ukhe weza apha eSoltsotsetse evulela abantu i-business certificate. Sazivula ke i-business certificate. But sele sinazo uthola ukuthi kunobunzima because kune document ekufanele ube nazo ezidurayo ngoku ezogqitha i-business lobo uyinikiwe yamahala. I-companies eziza apha zizokwenza whatever noba zizokwakha noba zizowuthini zifuna oma-IDP, zifuna oma-letter of good standing, zifuna ama-business account before ube ufumana umsebenzi. Khona ngoku bendivule ibank eFNB. Ndibone sele ndivelelwa ngamagqwetha athi ndiyakolota. SBK. Xa ndisiya kubo bathi bekufanele ndibhatale 180 per month before ndithola umsebenzi. Zibubunzima esibufumanayo kwezi certificate. Ngiyacela sicacisele ukuthi ukuze kube lula ukuthi sifumane umsebenzi ngoba kusuka ama-construction kude azokwenza umsebenzi apha asebenze wodwa thina sibukele sime ngaphandle because ama-document wethu akaphelelanga because of asinamali. Eyesibini sine-cooperative siyalima siphaya esikolweni eTabovuyo as ugovernment ethi masingahlali. Into eyenzekileyo siyabulela ngoba nisinikile imihlakulo, basinikile imihlakulo, bayasinika imbewu. But ukulima ngemihlakulo angeke silimele ukuphila. Ngeke siyothengisela Shoprite ngokudla esekulima ngemihlakulo. Asizifumani itrekele kugovernment wethu. Akunazitrektara zowulima. Lo nyaka lona nalopheleyo uyaphela lo nyaka. Apha ngase kule project lapha ngaseTabu kunetrekele ehleli phaya engasebenziyo of which sidinga itrekele yasilimi. Sicela uncedwa ngetrekele. Zininzi iproject ezilapha silima ngezandla because of asina trekele. Ndidlule apho. Mhla ndiphelwa ngumsebenzi ndathenga i-baking kits. Ndabheka ndehluleka because andina kukho umuntu undincedidayo. Ndaya kumasipala. Xa ndizama ukufuna uncedo kwafumaniseka into yoba andinawuncedwa because ndihlala ehostel. Ehostel akunazi-title deed. I-question yami yengoba njengoba sihlala ezihostel esingenazi-title deed thina sibekelwe ophi umthetho wokusinceda ukwakha amabhizinesi wethu. Eyokugqibela mhlali ngaphambili nami ndingadla ngixesha lakho. Apha eValley singabona abantu bahluphekileyo ebesibhenefitha kakhulu ngelixa bekusekhona itrain apha. Namhlanje asina train kubheke eJoburg imali siyasokola. Sicela ukhe nivuke sivuba ninayo iplan bakubuyisela itrain abantu baphangele ngetrain nobuya kuphi besisuka baseke kumaPretoria uhamba nge20 rand ubuye. Enkosi mhlali ngaphambili ngebulela.
Thank you very much. Arengo number 4.
Dumelang kaofela batswadi. Ke le dumedisa kaofela. Ke ntate Pheko Abraham Papi Pheko ke tswa ko O27 Bitumelo. Pleke ena le ntho engwe le engwe batswadi. Ya pele ke tlo bua ka tourism. Ke na le thaba e kgolo ka mane Pla N1. E kgolo haholo thaba eo. Ke na le Redspruit River, hona le noka e fetang mona ke kopa ba tlo nthusa ka yona e tletse le Shorish. Ke noka e kgolo e tloang Joburg e fella kwane e bitswa Redspruit River ke kopa tourism e tle mo
e tlo checka go no ka eo re ka etsa jwang hore e ka re thusa e re tswele molemo bona rona batho ba pla yona hape ka ga tourism re na le santa e ngata pla N1 enkwang ke batho ba tswang ka ntle matswantle ba busy ka santa eo ha e fele ga e batla santa eo re na le di company tse re ka kgonang hore re ka benefita ka santa eo haholo batho ba dulang bitumelo gale ke ntse ke lla ka santa eo ke ba hlalosetsa re se re na le matswantle a mangata ne ba tla qeteletse sa ba bolayane ka mo hobane la iwane sa ba le matsane so re batla ho benefita ka santa eo re kopa le government e tlo go thusa ka santa eo ke ena le mehlobo e mengata e ka re tswela molemo hona jwale sa ba inkela di shopong tse ngata re kopa ebe rona ba tlo etsang re bana le business eo bana re na le di CK di cooperative re right re kopa le tlo go thusa ka yona eo le hape le hona mo re na le thaba e kgolo e ka kgona ho etsa stadium e ka kgona le ho etsa le di airport sintse ba bua go airport ya tla ka mo re na le thaba e kgolo hona jwale se ba kentse di kereke ba bele di fapano mo atsa Jesu ana rena Jesu ka bitumelo thaba eo hape e ka thusa le vale thaba eo the way e le kgolo ka teng re ka kenya di Panasonic di sonel tsena tsa di geyser hore re kgone ho dia Eskom ena e re etsang load shedding ha ke na transformer ke hlapile ka metsi a batang ke kwatile le hona jwale thaba eo e ka re thusa hore re ka dia Eskom batswadi re kgone ho kenya di panel di solar panel e re tenne Eskom ena man le hona jwale mmuso wa rona ha o sana botsitso sa balla ka yona Eskom ke a ipotsa hore ANC e tla dula tse ka baka la Eskom number 4 ke na le poso ya zone 11 ena le history e kgolo batho ba bangata ba governmenteng ba felletse hona mo ba tseba history ya mo re kopa poso ya zone 11 re na le history batswadi ha ne re lwana re etsa ntho tse ngata ne re kopanela posong eo ke la ba ka thola le mme mo o se le mme wa ka ke dula le yena le hona jwale poso eo e ke le nahaneng hobane ha ke na divorce se ke na le motse ngata ke phela le mme ka ga poso eo batswadi hona le project e meng ya pipe e kgolo ya dishorishi batswadi eme e re belaise tlala di CK tsa rona dintho di tla lapsa kopa emfuleng ha re botsa hore project e emetseng ba re Eskom e nkile tšhelete ya masepala ha mole Rhinoth batswadi wa tseba ntho tse tsa bo Eskom di a re tena ba jwale di emisa di project me re tlamele re jeteng banka account eo jwale e eme project ke eo jwale re lapile hona jwale ene di re thusitswe ka di CK re thusitswe ka di cooperative di a fela jwale o tsebe ntho engwe le engwe ke tšhelete ke so ha re ya mane ba tlo go utsa compliance ya rona di expire re na le N1 batswadi N1 ena e jwa ke makgowa a ba ija ho ne re lwana bathong ka N1 re ile mo ba re batla ntho tse ngata ha ba re batle ene ha ke thola ke check re sokodiswa ke batho ba imfuleng ke bona ba eme mo ba jang ha monate le makgwana batswadi ba khola ka mona hape ke di ka mona ba etsa di company batswadi ntho e ya re tena yo empei tsa lona hlokomelang le hlompheng le di budget tsa lona le di pay tsa lona tloelang ho jame re jama le re bakela ntwa nna ke lapile hona jwale N1 ke yane e jwa ke makgowa le lona hape jwale re sheka e rona man ska la re tshwarang tjena ka lekopa so ke kopa go project ya le lokolang project re lapile project e emisitswe ke lona le batho ba Eskom le batho ba bantu ba Rhinoth please re na le di company re le tjeng taxi ene ke tle ka yona e la sitse batho ba na le di company tseo ke bana hona jwale project e yeme batho di kopa le lokolle thank
you very much. Let's go to number 5.
Dumelang baetapele. I think I've got one major issue ke batla ho highlight no. I have one major issue that I want to highlight. The refile information engata mona. And all of those things were very, very important. My question is, can we access those presentations? Because most of us here are on a representative basis. From Ward 4 Bedworth Park. We request that information so that we can go back to our constituency and share those information. Harakono capture everything. Kike, my request. The second issue is to make an observation. The country, across the country, but why it's unchallenged, maybe I should speak to ourselves. Already business in Kileke, ma Pakistan, ma Somalians, and the last time I checked, the economy abona, eba in Kileng, the shopons abon tataro, nalentonade. I think we need to make an examination. Already business is they account to 8 billion across the country. How sheba the shopo tsena kaofela di garage. Di rana ke ma Pakistan. Di rana ke ma Somalian. And while we presenting our challenges, how shebeng because the business tsena ke infrastructure e re buang ka yona. We should consider the cooperatives even though they are capital. But the same should go to GEP. It's a database here, the business. And if need be, this is what we are having. Because we cannot afford to continue to start from the scratch when we have got an infrastructure. So that is another thing to interact and find a solution. And for the West part of Korea, these are inheritance from our parents. More valentin, they are turning in their graves. The business. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Quite impressive input from an elderly member of our community. Takerela mutlo re ntate a bua ka buitsanape. Very impressive. Let's take number 6.
Okay. Ke a leboha. Nna ke Ndala Mthimkhulu ke rata ho dumedisa di representatives le ho leboha di presentations tse yentswe. Potso ya ka, I'll just go straight to the point. Ke represent a company ke tswa Midval. Company ya rona ke Midval group of companies. Rona le company amongst those in that group. Company le bitswa community gas vendor. So ke khahlilwe ke presentation ya Ntate Sithole mona e ke hlokang clarity ho yona mono in his presentation ya special economic zone ka company manufacturing the cylinder. Ke lakatsa ho tseba the opportunities presented mono for participation by local people le availability hore ba accessible ba mo ho kae mo ka kgona go ba tshakela teng. Ke a leboha.
Very direct and concise. Let's take number 7.
Dumelang. Ka lebitso ke Bafana Seqela. Ke tswa organization ya All Nation Ward 27 extension 15 Sebokeng. So ke na le problem. Ke kopa maybe le tla kgona ho thusa. So re gana organization ya rona since ever since iqala nentse re kgona ho ho fa bana bo di food parcel bo neneng ha ba khuta sekolong ba tla batho ba tloja hona le motho ile gongwa o la re fanda a re fa borotho le bona di sopo gona ho ba fa. So now ever since lockdown ifitla thongolongwe ela ema wa itse. So now problem ko hore no the person o le go la hlotse a re thusa ha sa gona sana matla le business e collapsed. So no ka baka la hore mo re tswang teng tshepi gore our main purpose e le gore ne re thusa bana ha re sa gona ho thusa bana. So we are willing hore re khutlele back on track hore batho bana ba re recognize hore ntse re le teng fielding ke tlo kopa ho lona le re thuseng. Number 2, kutlile ba bua ka di community fund which is ke di grant fund. So ne ke kopa ho tseba gore hobane community mo re tswang teng especially Ward 27 extension 15 Sebokeng ha inkelle hloho. So even our ward councillor o faith right you see. So problem e re na le yona ke hore even our ward councillor re la ya ho yena ga kopa gore a re thuse ka hore at least a buela le batho ba bo di shop right hore ba gone hore fa dijo tse le reng bo shop right Pick n Pay ba go fe dijo. So our ward councillor ya gona a re o tshong batho ba shop right ba re ho ward councillor. Ward councillor ha tla mna re felete ka hana a go romela ho organization ya Sanko ha re fita ho Sanko le still le teng o ntsa le teng hona mo. So ke mamelo reng le bona ba Sanko ba hloleha ho thusa. So till today ntse re zama re ya mane Sebokeng ntse re kopa di fund hore ba re funde as an organization still today ha o nko tswa le mina. So ke re tlo bua ka engwa hape e lo reng re na le bothata ka yona especially mona Naval. Ke dumelana le ntate ha re di project tse gana mona Vale mo a se tsa batho ba tswang Vale mo and which is most of batho ile go ba sebetsa ka mona ka Vale ha ba tswe hona go ga se batho ba tswang Vale ba sebetsang. So ke batho ba tswang bo Pretoria ba ba ke batho ba tswang bo gore bo Limpopo bo kae wa itusisa ke batho ba buang language e leng gona re ibui ka mona. So ne ke kopa le yona tabeo galla kopa le re thuse hobane mesebetsi ha e wa itusisa batho ba bangata gore especially youth ya gone ngata e di drugs wa itusisa. So le enana ya education ka me level hore re na le batho be leng ba na di qualifications ba na le diploma di master di bachelors but at the end of the day ba apply but at the end of the day ha ba sebetsa ha ba ithole mesebetsi. Re kopa re le re thuseng hobane le gona organization ya rona re sebetsa ka ntho tse ngata. Re kopa hore le exemplar hore le gona bana ba bang le bona ba na le dintho ba na le interest kopa le exemplar. So ke tlo bua ka issue engwe hape ya di road and storms road and storms especially ha pula ene are 29 skontiri se pla N1 mona re na le bothata ba hore each and every time hona le metsi hangata a tswa ka Beverly Hills especially hona le pleke ya Baipe which is ke Son of Water between 15 and Son of Water ke mikhukhu ka mo. So metsi a each and every time ha pula ene a tla a le mangata wa itusisa. So ke problem e le hore ke challenge e le hore metsi a mang a kena mikhukhunya batho which is skills tse ding tsa dintho hore na why ba sa lokisi ditsela tsena hantle and hape le tse ding tsa dintho di pothole ditseleng re na le bothata ka tsona hape tsela tsa rona di right re hloka gore le re thuse bana ga utlwa tšhelete di a tswa di ngata. So ke tlo go bua ka engwe ya electric re le tje re na le di plans tsa hore go re na di business plans tse lo re batla go operate di business tsa rona but problem is one mo re dulang teng I think it's been 7 years no ha rena electric wa itusisa. So re batla o etsa di business tsa rona so but problem e gore ha rena di electric and the transformer di thuntse ke kopa le re thuseng ke nana ha ka tla fela ka sorry
Yeah, a re feleletse. A ke re lo wena o tsena mo dilong tse lo reng dia secondary. No tshwantse o start ka yona eo. So o feleletsa ka yona. A re ko number 8. Ke 9.
Nna ka lebitso ke Jane wa Hastole ke tswa extension 15 ward 27 ke tswa ke le organizationeng ya All Nation CC All Nation mo re na le pleke mo re hirileng teng as organization so re fuwe pleke mo hore re ka jala so ne re kopa thuso ka taba ya ho jala mo le equipment ya hore re ka kgona hore re hlaole mo re jale mo. Thank you.
Very concise. Let's take number 9. Number 10.
Number 9.
Yeah, number 9.
Dumela. Ka lebitso ke William Ngone. Chairperson, can you please come back alive? Le MEC ke tlo kena di point tse related to your portfolio. A ke tlo bua ka taba tsa service delivery di kontiri di leadership ke ne ke mametse presentation e leng ya lona e leng presentation ya SEZ. But then ke utlwile mthako mong on this side a bua ka compliance and the SEZ does not pertain mo ke utlwileng presentation ba bua ka compliance. Why am I talking about compliance? Ke lebaka la ho there's no way you are going to make business with government without being compliant in terms of the CSD, the vendor number. Hence I'm saying ke ipotsa hore SEZ ha e sa prepare the SME to be aware ka taba ya compliance, particularly into hore ba tlo etsa leruo jwang bophelong ba bona tabeng e ya Val SEZ. And then ke na le point ya di follow up session in terms of portfolio. Litlile ka jeno sebokeng ho tlo bua ka SEZ. But then follow up sessions etsa hore project ya qala preparation etsa hore what must be in place to make sure hore business etsa lona di tlabe di le mo di tlo etsahala ne. However, because the portfolio committee they come and they go lentse msebetsi wa lona. But what's going to happen in follow up sessions go at least the people will be able to point figures go GEP and GEP ba botse hore have you been compliant ke yona term e nngwe hape ne ke batla ho bua ka yona ya portfolio ka ke kopa follow up session. Ke kena tabeng tsa temo portfolio economic development portfolio ke kena tabeng tsa agriculture as economic development portfolio related to agriculture, environment and rural development. Ke re hloka thuso mo ke tswang teng malebana le GDAT re hloka thuso. Ko locationeng la rona re na le di community garden tse community ke tse ditseng tsona. I will say communal gardens. So botata ba rona ka GEP ko agnata ba le GEP botata ba rona ka GDAT ko ha re thole reliant extension officers tse monitorang di project tse leng locationeng la rona. So ke hloka thuso ya intervention as Gauteng provincial legislator ele yona ena le matla a hore e ka hlohleletsa department hore di itshwarang tlobane ke lona le fanang ka budget le di masepala di thola budget o tswa Gauteng provincial legislator. Re hloka thuso ho GDAT ka reliant extension officer number 1. Number 2, on our stakeholders meeting we've been trying hore re communicate le GDAT ka ba jwetsa hore mamela we want to do business of agriculture not for sustainability mara for tswa tlaleng. That means re hloka di follow dintho tse ding hape tse re di hlokang from GDAT ke infrastructure development. Infrastructure development again when we've contacted GDAT serele the applicant tsa GDAT re na le portfolio le yona. Bothata bo re banang le bona ko hore ha ba approve project E1 ka ga sehlopha sa rona, project tsa teng ba project abo ma 2.5 million 1.8 million, but tšhelete eo ha e dule le questioneng la rona. E ba di tšhelete tse lo reng project ya tla o etsuwa di tunnel, batho ba thabela di tools le di seats le di tunnel, ma batho ba entseng project ba tsamaile ka 1.5 million kaofela ya etsa borehole, ya o etsa infrastructure development, ya o tlisa di contain. Where else the applicant tse lo reng ke tsona tse ntseng di project ha ona benefit e ba e thotseng. Partly ke tla tabeng ya lefatshe, issue ya land. We've been trying to secure taba tsa hore re ka tswa tlaleng ka o etsa partnership le di stakeholders tsa government. Example, I will make social development. We confronted social development as people who are doing vegetable gardens to say, go di food parceleng tsa lona le na le di veg mo. So re kopa rona as local farmers, when you come to us, le re tlisetsa di food parcel le reke ho tswa ho rona. And social development as where they are now. Social development as where they are now. They are drafting memorandum of understanding to say, re tlo reka re tlo leta ba tendering, re reke directly to community. But ntwetsa di kgono etsala re tswetla leng ha re sena taba ya land. We applied. Re ba tsamai ba le eto.
A re feleletse.
Leader ke bua thank you. My apologies, but the only time I will be able to speak with the portfolio of economic development is this time. So I get lo ba mtelele ka di service delivery tsa bo di toilet di. Ke bua pointing ya o qetela ke kgono o tsamaya.
My brother, e feleletse.
Ke kopa o bua point ya o qetela ke kgono o tsamaya. Ke tlile tabeng ya point ya lefatshe. Tabeng ya point ya lefatshe re le ba tsamai ba le eto ba lema. Re entse application tse re kgonang ho di etsa ke application tsa national competence, and application tsa national competence we have to move from CDV re lo submit application tsa rona Pitori.
Thank you very much, my brother.
No, leadership.
No, thank you very much, my brother.
I'm a citizen of this community,
no,
and I'm entitled to speak my part. It's for you to, yes, no, but you are not respecting me. The mandate must come from the community to make the legislator to work. I'm not here to fight you.
It's okay.
I'm just pointing relevant issues. No, but you are making me to fight unnecessary.
My brother,
I'm supposed to be on point.
We have captured
and if
you.
This person is
Let's take number 10.
You're out of order.
Let's go to number 10. Agere re bereka ka tlhompho agere re fane monyetla ra agree la re simolla re fana 5 minutes agere if there's a follow through agere thing if there's a follow through you can still come and engage with us a re tshabe agere maro re tsamaise meeting wa rona in an orderly fashion. We must be fair and consistent agere re ka se re file motho mo 5 minutes o mo ra mo fa 10 minutes le lo ra choose or maro wa yo ka re le na le favoritism agere so a re batlo senya kopano ya rona agere can we take number 10? Number 10, yeah.
I feel like we too focused on business ideas, that's one later, disposal shop, the rentals and stuff. We forgetting something. Murowa nawa uwile South Africa. Ranta iwile. Yet we have so much land in South Africa to start or form an agriculture organization. I think if we're gonna move forward, we need to enforce power and influence the youth in doing agriculture and falling in love with farming. We can grow and harvest enough crops, and if we can make sure that we have enough livestock farming, we can prevent food insecurity. I strongly believe that farming is the way forward if we want to change this situation we find ourselves inside of. If GEP gives farming a chance, they could change lives of South Africans. Thank you.
Thank you very much, young lady. Quite an impressive input. Can we go to number 11? O ka re ke wa butu godimo kwa. Akere.
Dumelang. Nna ka lebitso ke Teboho Chabedi. I am one of the founders of the movement, and I'm also the creative director of the registered movement called Heist of Combos, which started in 2021. So Heist of Combos basically a focus on more street culture, because mostly as youth, diaparo eselitsona dinto tse re definang ka tsona mo strateng. And we have somehow studied the VAL game. They are serious nanako, so we decided to sponsor a tournament in the Dalakazon 12 for Master Zondo. And then we three, renali the clothing side of the movement, more batlang utlo rekisa di aparo. So wa khoni to lisa pili kalbakala lack of the funds. And then ya di creatives tsa ko Valley ba khone ho thola recognition, everything closer to the people in our community. Lo etsa bo show hore everyone amo townshiping o khona ho ba exposed to the event tsenang le the artists tse di holo, and then the pop up tsa the clothing brands maybe tse tswang bo Cape Town is ka ba ntho ya hore every time but it comes to funding a re no hloka chelete like direct ka chelete, re tlo hloka funding in terms of equipment e tshwanang le stage both gazebo, and then the payment for the artists that to attend the event, and then the banner necessarily le tsona for movement wa rona.
Re khathetse ga di electioning ba bang ba lona di politician, you must be careful, watch out, you cannot even come back. Ha se etse ntho tse right. I thank you.
Re le buila ke re bagolo so re fitlile mo bokhutlong ba rona ba dipotso akere le di comment re file everybody monyetla, and re bontshitsa re semolla hore a re batle brain wave akere everybody o lo re ne re la emisa letso ba emisitsa akere re notile everybody a ra sia motho go bofello. So at this time re batlo hand back to the department MEC to respond to all of these issues that have been raised. Again, one of the things that I'm taking from what has been said here, ke batho ba mo Vaal, ba mo Sebokeng in particular, kore we may have to look into this issue, ya economic development and agriculture, working close in hand. Again, o kare go agriculture go eleng go teng le social development, it's a bit displaced. Again, so it's one of those things that as the portfolio committee we are taking back to advise the political authority in the province to reflect on. So thank you very much, Chairman. I'm ending back to you.
No, a re leboge honorable Letswalo ba ga itshintse ke bona matsogo a re tlotsa matsogo re lefile mo nyetla go re le botse dipotso re tlo bereka yana before re fa MEC a responda go se re tlo fa fela MEC a responde a le one a re tlo fa di agency tsa rona re di responde re bereka yana ba gaitso ntate mola o buile sentla ratla be re sa boi re re go promise ntate committee ena e tlo boa e tlo go fa ntwe re bitsang feedback mara ke batlo correcta ntwe one ga se committee ya MEC e ba gaitso are accountable to MEC ke the other way around MEC wa accountable to rona are safe at the behest of the MEC ra utlwana ke re ba gaitso re accountisa department ra accountele MEC ntwe ngwe gape mo re etse clear MEC ga se department ra utlwana ke re ba gaitso MEC ga se department ke batla o repeata eo MEC ke executive authority responsible to make sure gore department ya bereka department ke bontate ba ke bone department so ha go sena service delivery le sa re matters ni motara wa feila le re bontate ba feila ba ene ke sho ba lutlwile ke ba bone ba botle ntse ba tsaya di notes ene ba tlo make sure by the time ga re bo re tlo le fa feedback ya lona gore dilo tse tsotlhe tse le di raisitseng ba responda yang go tsone e leng gore ntse ke ya tlhatlha le MEC mo ke e ya agriculture ntate Letswalo a e buileng MEC ntsang lobby ya mo a ra o che ha ke nya ke kgaletsa mela e nne ko eleng go teng mara ke lo go bua le ntate mo premier wa rona ke nagana mmolo ko ngwana lo ko mara go e raise bontle you can speak economy o sa bui land dilo tso di tsamaya hand in glove re utlwile ba gaetso molaetsa rona re tlo tseya re buisetse go premier re mmotsa re premier re tswa go batho ba Sebokeng re tswa go batho ba Valley Sedibeng ba raisitse concern mo pele ga rona gore tota go botlhokwa gore o nagane sentle decision o itseleng gore o tseye social development o e kopantse le agriculture bothata ba yone gore ina le development ya agriculture and rural development ke sure di advisors tsa premier di editse mistake ka ne ba utla development go bofelelong ba ipotsa gore development e tsamaisana social and rural development ke ntho e one mara re lutlwile ba gaetso e re ke fa MEC ke a itse gore ke motho mo khutshwane ka mmele ene a ka se nne motelle o tla re tshwa ka pelenyana cause go bua nnete ke freita ga jeko ba bangata re lapile ene ra itse gore ka moso go na le dilo tse leng gore mo re di etse le batla go prepare for tsone e re ke fa MEC ka pele a responde quickly and then we can close our meeting.
Thank you, Chairperson, and let me thank everybody for the various contributions and the questions and matters of concern. I think the biggest one is, I'll respond to Enterprise Propeller first, the issues raised by Enterprise Propeller. So yes, I think as far as Enterprise Propeller goes, it has a lot of weaknesses, and I think we've shared a lot of the weaknesses and some of the challenges that it does have. A big part of it is historic, and we're trying to improve those. And how we are trying to improve that is to realign the capacity of Enterprise Propeller, number one. Number two is to introduce systems. So I think somebody spoke about the issue around how you apply, whether you get a response, etc., etc. So we need a strong system so that even when you apply, your application is complete. Currently, the application is an email application. So whether it's complete or not, you get a reference number. What we want to do is to have a system where it is a complete application that is managed, and you will know upfront whether your application is and it will be able to track where your application is. So that we don't have a situation where somebody says, I applied 10 years ago and I still don't have a response. So yes, we are looking at how to introduce a system, and that system, it's an online system, but it must not disempower and disenfranchise people who don't have access to an online system. So we must be able to make it fair. The other big challenge with Enterprise Propeller is the funding that they have available. So for instance, one company where we went previously, they had looked to apply for 10 million rand. The total budget for different ways of how to address that, look at partners to partner with us and different areas to get more funding to be able to expand what it can possibly do. The report, however, did demonstrate successful businesses that applied. They were funded, and they are still operational. For us, it's important to make sure that your business plan is correct, it is, and it's viable, because what we do is a loan fund. Our fund is a loan fund. So it's not a donation. Somebody asked for we don't do donations. It's a loan fund. You apply for it, you are given 5 years to pay back. And part of our big historic problem is that we funded, maybe many years ago, funded businesses that were not viable. And those people have not been able to pay back. Those businesses don't exist. And we have huge debt that is owed to us. So for us to make a strong case to get additional funding, we have to demonstrate that we are funding viable businesses and the businesses are servicing their loans. So we are dealing with systemic issues, we are also dealing with capacity, we are also looking at more ways to increase our funding capabilities and capacities. On the SEZ, I think there was a question on when exactly is the SEZ going to start. We are hoping that we will get the designation application approved by National Department of Trade and Industry in this year. So we have done everything we have to do from provincial government. It is sitting with national government. We do meet them consistently so that we get feedback. I agree what we must do and with the team is to have various sessions, ongoing sessions with SMMEs or possible or interested SMMEs that would want to participate in the SEZ through whichever means, to be able to take them through what they need for in terms of readiness, what are the things that, where are the areas that they can participate, where is the value chain and the downstream, so that we don't have a situation where even if it's next year, the big investors come to start with their investments and they are looking for SMMEs, we have to bring SMMEs from outside of the VAL. The SMMEs that must benefit in majority must be those that are based in the VAL. But we have to take everybody through what are the compliance, what will you need to be ready, and that we get as many SMMEs ready for that period. So we will do that. The other aspect around the other areas that were raised about just governance, municipalities, capacity, service were raised about roads, some issues were raised about agriculture, some issues were raised about the municipalities and service delivery. We'll take it back to our counterparts and our colleagues, whether in the provincial government or in the municipality, to raise those matters that were addressed. It includes the building of the stadium, the fixing or maintenance of this building, etc. They don't necessarily reside with economic development, but they are a key enabler to economic activity around. So I think one of the inputs said, how do you attract investors if your immediate surrounding is not conducive or healthy to attract investors? It's a fair point. Question that I will say, Chairperson, those who requested for the information, we can make it available. We can send it to you via email. So if you can provide your email address to the committee secretariat. I don't know where they are, Chair. But usually in sessions like this, it's through the committee secretariat and they can make the presentations available. Lastly, yes, we will come back, we'll go to Heidelberg, definitely will, so that we can see exactly what it is that you need to do. A lot though, colleagues, is work that you must do yourself. So we will be able to direct you. Zoning applications, it's done by municipalities. Registration, you do it with CIPC, for example. Chair, we've noted all the inputs and concerns, and thank you very much for them.
Lady presentations, mo linking ya Facebook le YouTube. Mara ke batla go le reminder gape gore as Gauteng we adopted a paperless province. Re try by all means go save industry e rileng a ke re la itse why re ya paperless. So re batla go apologize ba ileng gore ra tlhaloganya ba bagolo aba so understand what is the meaning of paperless. Mo di attendance registering re show gore go na le di number le di email tsa lona. Staff sa rona sa legislature se tla make sure gore ba le romella di copy tse di leng teng tsa di presentation. Engwe gape we want to make this particular commitment that when we took over this committee, we've also observed the budget allocated to Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. And forever when we engage the MEC, we have forever been raising this concern to say the budget allocated to Gauteng Enterprise Propeller is not enough. And it will never be enough, but it's high time that we look at making sure that we allocate enough resources to Gauteng Enterprise Propeller so that it is able to respond to TIDA that we have adopted. Babanzi balona, you know, Ntate Panyaza Lesuf, we increased the budget of community safety from around 900 million to 2.7 billion. It means it is also possible, MEC, that we can increase the budget of Gauteng Enterprise Propeller from where it is at the moment to at least system from Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. Mara Ntate Saki, Ntate Manoto, le lona ra le kopa tswetswe. A gona ntwe e khatlang jaka go responda to motho. Ha le reject application ya motho, hona ntate mo mo ile ka 10 years a wa batho ba modimo. Just to respond to a person to say your application has been rejected. Just for you to acknowledge or at least le na bona re ke a respondiwa le re boleisa ka batho man. Rona ra itse re tsena ka matsogo re tswa ka matsogo. Re nya go boa man. A ke le re thuseng re khone go boa. A ke le respondent to batho ba rona ga ba ditse di application because ke one ka moso e ba nang le accusation ya gore o kare le favor some of batho ba applyang. Ntwe re tloetsang when we come back MEC re nyaka go bona batho ba mo vale re nyaka ntate le bitso la go lena Manoto sello re ke ntate sello re batla re ha re tlo bua mo ka feedback re batla go bona batho ba eme mo pele mo batho ba mo vale ba ganetse mare ba re ba itse re batla le nne le position gore re thusitse o re mo thusitse ka bokae o re mo thusitse ka bokana o re mo thusitse ka so that they can identify gore ka nnete ba ke batho ba mo vale so that tomorrow re se ka ba le problem ya gore batho ba rona ba re la bua mara re bone se le re thusang ka sone ena ya special economic zone ba gaitso ra itse re bua se khwasong se bokete sense se le bokete mara re lutlwile ha le kopa gore next time before ba ka tswella ba setse ba le ready ka nnete se khwasong se re se bua mo a re no re sa fole bikinyana batho ba rona ba je se khoa ba gaitso ba ja service delivery ba nyaka go ipona yana ba benefita from moselong ha re go se khwatso kima mara we can assure you it was not by a mistake that we adopted the Vaal special economic zone. We are adamant or it will turn the livelihoods of the people of Sedibeng. Kamantswa ama irike leboge thata ba gaitso gore be le tlile le tlo join for meeting wa rona. We know we took longer to our members led by our chair of chairs irike le leboge le lona gore e be le na le rona staff sa rona ke a leboga for your dedication at all times. To our translators at the back re leboga go menagane our sign language re a leboga go menagane ne re kopa tswetswe dilo tsele tse ba le ka dimileng tsona tsela ha di bereke outside the facility ne re kopa re le di busa le sa tsamaleng ke file message ya gore le sabela tswela kwa ntle ba go teng le sabela tswela kwa ntle khosa le ka tswela kwa ntle le tlo re create la problem members and officials